You know where it feels like we were in today? New Jersey. All right, let's get started with this weather update. It's actually a little better out right now. Yeah, let's hear it again. Let's hear it again for the state of New Jersey, shall we?
You must be thinking of the other place.
Oh, I hate this place!
Yes, all right. Because they had to share the heat with us today, so it was really hot. It was really brutal. And it's a little better now, but we got into the 90s today, pretty much most of Long Island. So we're going to take a look at those high temperatures right now. We had some records, too, broken as well. So another day of record-breaking temperatures today. So when we go over to the oh my gosh, look at Newark, 97 degrees. LaGuardia, 95. Bridgeport, 93. Islip, 90. That's a record. Central Park also broke 90, hit 92, and JFK, 87. So very hot day today, and of course the hottest of this set is Newark, which happens to be in New Jersey. So yeah, it's pretty hot. So let's take a look at our current temperatures. It's actually dropped off into the mid and upper 70s. Finally, we got a sea breeze. It developed this evening, like around 6 o'clock. Finally, sea breeze came in and rescued us from the heat here on Long Island, and now we're mainly in the 70s. Even on the North Shore, you see 78 in Bayville. Of course, it is cooler on the South Shore. Carl Place is reporting 78 degrees and 71 there in Massapequa. We look and you see we got this air quality and air alert in effect too, so the air quality is pretty bad. LaGuardia is 84. Central Park 86, still holding on to the heat in the city. You can see that. And if you're in New Jersey, you're probably holding on to the heat too. No, I can't believe it. There's actually a sea breeze in Toms River. Downtown Toms River, it's 79. So they're getting some sort of sea breeze down there. Unbelievable. I don't know. I've been seeing this lately where it just gets so hot in the interior, it's able to overwhelm the gradient wind and pull a sea breeze into the Jersey Shore, which is incredible. But it was pretty hot there today. So let's take a look and see what the high temperatures were across the area. Go to our high temperature map here. And you'll see we got plenty of 90s on the map for you here. Let's see, Carl Place is not showing up on here. But 92 was the high in East Meadow. So probably around 92 here in Mineola. Farmingdale, the airport hit 90. Even on the South Shore, you see 90s. West Babylon, 89. Disregard that 101. There's something wrong with that one. Let's see. MacArthur Airport, 90. Got up to 90 in Shirley as well. And West Hampton, 88. So, all right. So West Hampton escaped the 90s, but almost every yachty got to the 90s today, even 90 at Miller Place. So I'm sure Ridge, everywhere pretty much got to the 90s today. And for everyone else, it would be 80s. So you see a high was 85 in East Hampton. It's even Montauk Airport reporting 87. So it's hot all over this today. Very hot as you make our way. We already went to the highs over the highs of the city. Let's see how the notoriously hot part of New Jersey did today, namely Toms River. Yeah, 94 in Toms River. That's a little more in the downtown area, though. 96 is really what it's more like there. 96 probably inland, especially in that Holiday City area. We're going to go look at some of the highs there, too, as well, because it was just pretty freaking hot out there today. And you got to throw in the humidity, too, of course, because it's humid, too. We look at some of these dew points here, and we'll see. So right now, the dew point's actually 60. It's actually come down a little bit. Farmingdale's actually showing a dew point of 60, but it was more humid earlier. Humidity has seemed to have come down just a tad tonight. I know it's just a tad. So let's take a look at the Wonder Ground website, and let's see what we got here. We'll go look at Carl Place. At least Carl Place is now showing up on here. And show you what it was like here in Mineola. Right now, 78. It's a very muggy 78, though. Let's see what they're showing for a dew point. 65, yeah. So it is quite humid out there. Let's see. Oh yeah, you see the station was down for a while, and then you can see how it dropped. It was at 91.4, and then it started dropping. We're gonna have to use a different station because there's some issues with the data, I think, coming from this station here. So we're gonna have to use a different station, unfortunately. Cannot use our usual station. We'll have to use this one in Williston Park. trying to pick the closest one to Mineola, so you can get an idea what it was like here in Mineola. 76, dew point 66.4. I don't know. They have a lower dew point in Farmingdale. We're not seeing that. Very humid, but you can see, look at those temperatures. Pretty much, yeah, 94, 93. Pretty hot all around. And then right after 3 o'clock, yeah, there was a drop-off, I guess. There was a little bit of a breeze. And you can see that right here. And actually, I wound up having to take the... I'll just show you this. I wound up having to take the bus to Hicksville again to go where... and I wound up going to Roslyn. And, you know, actually, when I got to Roslyn, it was actually a little cooler there, right by the lake. Just right on the lake. It was somewhat bearable. It was actually somewhat bearable. You know, and then I had bus 1985 on the 20 to Hicksville, and the AC had conked out on it. The driver said it was working earlier, and then, you know, I'm not gonna make, I didn't make a video about it, but you know, now it's not, you know, whatever the reason is, it might have been, I don't know. This is a habit. Well, this is a whole other topic, but one thing I noticed about New Flyer, and when they deliver the new buses, and I noticed this when they came in, they don't always check to see if the AC level, the coolant level is up as high as it should be when they deliver the buses to Nice Bus. And of course, Nice Bus doesn't have great maintenance, so they miss it. So, but it was pretty hot on that bus. That was a pretty miserable. I think it was only a 20-minute ride, but it's just blowing warm air. You know, it was blowing cool air, and then it, you know, and then it started. When I got off the bus, it was actually cooler outside in Hicksville at that time. So you could see here we were pretty much quite warm. Yeah. But you can see we did have a sea breeze develop in the late afternoon and early evening. So now let's go to the South Shore, and let's go to, let's see how they did in, you know, let's do this one. South Wantaw. It's right on the water. So let's see how hot they got. So right now 72. So of course it is cooler there. And I'm sure it was much cooler there. Still managed to get close to 90 though. So still almost around 90 degrees, and then it started dropping in the afternoon. It was more of a sea breeze, and then they went below 80 after 6 o'clock, and then they dropped below 80 there when the sea breeze finally kicked in for that area. All right, but the sea breeze really wasn't. It was missing in action most of the day. There really wasn't much of one. Now let's go to. Oh, I don't see your station here. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong spot. Here it is. Oh, that's 28. I don't see 38 though. Yeah, I don't see it here. We'll actually go more like East Patchogue, like right on the water, right here. All right. So I'll show you where where they got a better sea breeze. Hopefully they got a better sea breeze here. 69.8, so a lot better there. Let's see. There's something wrong with their dew point reading, but you can see they only touched 80 degrees around in the afternoon, and then they dropped off quite nicely. They had a nice sea breeze over there. The sea breeze is better as you get to Suffolk County, because again you're further away from Jersey, so that's why it is better. But now let's go and look at how we did here in the Pine Barrens, like Lake Panamoka. Let's see this station here. So as you can see, it's already warmer there by 5 degrees versus Patchogue. All right, and you can see, oh yeah, they were every bit as hot as we were, low 90s, and very humid too. So it's miserable unless you're right on the South Shore. It really is miserable. But of course, it's most miserable in the hell that is New Jersey. So let's take a look and see how hot it was over there in Toms River, the notoriously Holiday City West station. This is very hot over here, very hot. Let's see what they got up to here. Waiting for this to load here. I don't think it hit 100. I think the station's reading a little warm. Let's use this one. This is like right in the west, right in the real desert-like area over here. Let's see what it got up to. Almost. This is saying 101. I don't know if I'm buying that though. I really don't know if I'm buying that. Sometimes that means that the station is not being shaded properly. Let's see. We have Holiday City, Berkeley. Let's try Holiday City, Berkeley. I know one of these stations we got pretty reliable information from. So let's try this one and see if this one. 78. You can see it's really much warmer there. So, yeah, look at that. 97. So, yeah, I think that's more realistic. But you can see, look at how hot it was there. 97 all day. And it really didn't dip below 90 until after 6 o'clock. and it's just dipped below 80 now. So you can see how hot it was. Humid too. When you get inland, that western part of Toms River is very desert-like. It's very hot, and it just really holds on to the heat. And they have microclimates there too, because if you go and you look at somewhere like Island Heights, I'm sure it wasn't as hot there. So if you go look at Island Heights, which is on the east part of Toms River, still pretty warm there. Let's see. But yeah, you can see it was cooler by a couple of degrees. So they did get a sea breeze, but not as strong as the south shore of Long Island would get. But they get something at least. But that west part of Toms River, boy, it's just very, very hot there. I mean, just to give you an example, we'll go to maps and we'll just look. And I'll show you what it looks like down there. And I mean, it's a beautiful area, but it's not a place you want to be in the summertime because it's so hot. When you go down here, some of these areas here, yeah, right here. This whole like Westbrook area here. Very hot over here. Very hot. Very desert-like. But, yeah, let's load those shapes in here. Yeah. I don't know why my internet just wants to be slow all of a sudden, but look at all those great shapes. So, yeah, you do have a lot of great shapes over here, but it's very desert-like. It's nothing but sand and pines and just... Yeah, Google Maps just doesn't want to work for me today, for whatever reason. Yeah, it does not want to work. Let's show you another area that's really desert-like. It's right down here at the end. Yeah, here you go. Come on. There you go. So you can see how desert-like it is. So just nothing but sand and pines. Very hot. As one of my viewers said, those pines sure bring the heat, and they sure do. All right, now we've talked about today's weather and all the records broken. We'll look at the satellite image here. Not a whole lot of clouds around it. We didn't really have a whole lot of clouds. It was a clear sky, a little haze, a few clouds here and there, but a fairly sunny day, which of course made it hotter. So obviously we're in this ridge pattern here, and you can see here that the ridge is going to hang around. We're going to have the ridge tomorrow. We have a Tuesday, but you can see we're going to get a little more of a southerly flow. Then we get chances of rain coming. Then we have this high trying to build down for the weekend, but will it make it? I don't know. That ridge is going to put up a fight, and we may be playing with some stall fronts along the way before we can get out of this, whenever we get out of this, that is. Because, it takes a while to just get rid of that ridge. The problem, of course, is the jet stream. When we have a jet stream that is completely missing in action, like it is here, you will see, look at that. It's just... it's way up in Canada. It's very diffuse. It's a very abnormal jet stream pattern here. I mean, there is no jet stream. I mean, basically, there is none. So things just kind of get stuck and they don't move along like they're supposed to. That's all part of stall front syndrome. That's all part of climate change. And when you look at the upper air pattern, you see just the ridging just kind of is persistent. Maybe we could get some troughing toward the end of the period to move things along, but right now we're stuck in what we're stuck in, which stinks. So let's go to the temperature forecast here, and we will actually let me go to the HRRR, and I'm gonna have to use the 18Z run for this temperature forecast here on the HRRR, so you can see what happens tomorrow. So gonna be a muggy night. Well, probably temperatures are only gonna be like around 70 for the mid-low, and then tomorrow there's gonna be much more of a sea breeze. So notice Long Island, especially the South Shore. Much cooler, probably just 70s for highs, maybe, all right? 80s for the rest of the island, maybe like mid to upper 80s on the North Shore, and maybe like 83, 84, 85 in Mineola. But if you're in the city, you're going to be close to 90. In Jersey, you're going to be well in the 90s. And so tomorrow we'll see that big difference here, and there should be a good sea breeze tomorrow, actually. And for Tuesday, similar setup. So the worst of it, because we have more of a southerly flow for tomorrow and Tuesday, it is going to be a lot more comfortable with the sea breeze. The humidity is still going to be high, but at least you won't have the heat. Dew points are still going to be well into the 60s tomorrow, as well as Tuesday. All right. Now we're going to go look at our precipitation chances here, and we'll go to this because there actually is a slight chance of some thunderstorms tomorrow, I believe, but inland more. You can see a couple of cells pop inland here. There's some over Connecticut that pop. And maybe they might affect the North Shore of Nassau County tomorrow. Perhaps. We'll have to see. It's just a garden variety pop-up type of storm, not not like what we had the other day. But you'll see that chance again on Tuesday as well. It's just because we have this humid air mass. There's going to be sea breeze fronts, and the sea breeze front could trigger some thunderstorms as it moves over the North Shore and perhaps the Jersey Shore as well. Now, let's go and extend our forecast out a little bit. We'll go to a different model of GFS, and we will go to the temperatures here on this. So once we get past tomorrow, and you can see the GFS kind of is much cooler for Tuesday. For whatever reason, look at that. It's much cooler for Tuesday for Long Island. I'm guessing that's because it's developing some more rain over and cloud cover over our area. But you can see we continue with the above normal temperatures. Wednesday, we got to deal. Jersey, you're not getting a break from the 90s at all. Maybe by Thursday, there'll finally be a break with that next rain, that next low pressure, and the backdoor front that's going to try to come through. And then once that backdoor front comes through, look at what we might have Friday with the raw east wind. Temperatures only in the 50s, similar to what we had on Memorial Day weekend. And then on Saturday, we recovered to around 70. And then Sunday, we recover to the low 70s. So it does cool off once we get to the weekend. We're going to have this backdoor front that's going to bring us some relief. But what about the humidity? When are we going to see relief from that? Well, we're going to still be dealing with the humidity on Wednesday. All right, and you can see more of the southerly. Wednesday, we have more of that westerly component to the wind again. So that worries me. See, Tuesday we don't, Monday we don't, but Wednesday we got more of that westerly component. So Wednesday could wind up being kind of hot again, with temperatures reaching 90 on Long Island. But then you can see this backdoor front coming through on Thursday. But you can see it stalls out to the west. And so we're going to be having stall front syndrome, you can see. And then there's going to be a low forming along that front for Friday, which would bring us that possibly a rainy day. And then that low moves away, but you can still see the front's just kind of stuck there. So my impression of that kind of setup is we're not really going to have much sunshine and chances for showers with this stall front syndrome setup. Because until we can get rid of the ridge and get a really good, strong cold front through, which doesn't happen at all in this forecast, by the way. We're going all the way out now to June 22nd, and there's still no cold fronts coming through because, again, we don't have a jet stream. The jet stream is gone. We don't have it. And this is all part of climate change. So let me move this back to the precipitation chances so you get an idea as we move this along. So you see Friday we could have that rainy day, but it looks like the weekend would be dry. So it would be dry after that, and maybe we could get some sunshine those days. I don't know. See, we're still going to be stuck in the clouds. We might have some sunshine. Maybe Sunday, maybe we can eke out. It's got a little area of clearing, maybe. But this is over a weekend away. I mean, it would just be nice to have a nice, sunny, dry day where one could take a hike in the Pine Barrens. That would be nice without, being covered in sweat, So let's go look at the sky cover map on on this. We'll go to the NAM 3. I should also look at the NAM 3 for precipitation as well. So here's the sky cover thing for tomorrow. You see we start off with sun, increasing clouds. That chance for showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Tuesday's going to have more cloud cover, so that's why I think it keeps us cooler. You can also look at the RGEM for cloud cover as well. Here's the RGEM, and again, you can see we'll have sunshine and maybe some more clouds in the afternoon, and then Tuesday a lot more, probably in the way of cloud. Well, maybe not. So see, the models don't agree. I think we'll see more of the high-level cloud variety on Tuesday, and then Wednesday. And then here is as far out as it goes as to Thursday. You sort of see that backdoor front coming through. Now, RGEM is a local variation of the Canadian. So what I can do is I can pull up the Canadian and see. It actually pushes this front much further. The Canadian wants to push this front much more to the south. Then it develops the wave of low pressure, and then it would maybe clear us out for the weekend, maybe. But that's a ways away. We got to get through a whole week of misery before we even get to that. So let me put this back to precipitation, and I want to go to the NAM 3 and look at tomorrow as well as Tuesday. So you can see isolated. It's mostly north and west, so I think most areas of Long Island aren't going to see a shower or thunderstorm. That most likely area would be the western parts, Nassau County, the northern half of Nassau probably, at New York City. And then here's Tuesday. Tuesday we have more in the way of showers and thunderstorms developing, but again, mostly to our north. But some could hold together. So let me go to the Vent 2 sky now, and we're going to look at some of the tools we have to look at for thunderstorm formation here. And I don't know why this is being very slow lately. This is just mainly an internet issue. So thunderstorms, Cape. Oh, this is right now. We have some elevated Cape. That's interesting. Inland. That's very interesting. It's very interesting that it would develop that. There's nothing on the radar right now. I can check. But you can see the elevated Cape mainly over the area. Tomorrow is north and the west, though you can see how some of it gets over the North Shore. So when I see Cape levels like this, that could indicate that a storm that could be on the strong side. Here's the lifted index too. Most of it's over the city, but you can see there's a good the Jersey Shore too, and this is all due to that sea breeze front boundary. So as that sea breeze front boundary pushes in, I'll explain this to you here. We'll draw this in blue. As the sea breeze front boundary pushes into the warmer air, it acts almost like a cold front, and so it could trigger some thunderstorms in these areas, mostly on the North Shore. And again, this we're gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look at the SPC and look to see if they have anything for this area as well. So we'll go to the temperature chart now. And this is tomorrow, by the way, Monday. And you can see, again, more of a sea breeze tomorrow for Long Island, but still Nassau, northern part of Nassau, could still see 90 according to this. So this is the HRRR. I wouldn't be surprised. The South Shore is going to be the place to be. You'll be much cooler on the South Shore, and especially as you head east into Suffolk County, it's going to be cooler over there, too. If you're in Jersey, forget it. Here is Tuesday. A little less in the way of heat. Over Long Island, probably because there's just more cloud cover and maybe thunderstorms over our area. Oh yeah, look at the Cape. Wow, these are really good Cape numbers. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out possibly for severe weather if these Cape numbers like this. We can have more active weather. So let me go to the Storm Prediction Center now and look and see if they are buying into it. No, they just have a slight, but just beware that we could see. Here's a convective. That's the day 2 already. Let's go to the day 3. This is day 3, so they're not really putting us into anything. But with levels like that, any storm that could be that would develop could be on the strong side. And again, when you're dealing with such warmth and humidity and such a juiced up air mass, the potential's there. Probably not. These storms are probably more of a heavy rain type variety, maybe hail. A lot of lightning, those kind of storms, but the potential is there to see this kind of weather. So we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it and see what happens. Obviously, those Cape values are pretty impressive. I was kind of surprised at that. Let's go to Earth Null School. Just gonna look at one other thing because we have the air quality alerts in effect, and I'm sure that when I pull up the carbon monoxide concentration over the east, it's going to be through the roof. Yep, you can see again, here's all that carbon monoxide. Again, the air is stagnant, so all the products of combustion are being trapped. Also seems to be a large area over here. I wonder what that's from, if that's from a fire or not. I might have to look at a high-resolution satellite and see. But you can see we've got the bad air quality in effect. We can also look at the ocean temperatures, sea surface temperatures, rising, not surprisingly, because of all this warmth and humidity. The sea surface temperatures are rising right now. They are that's the anomaly. Let me go to the, it says 59.4, so around 60 degrees, which is close to normal for this time of the year, but as this warm weather keeps continuing, the ocean is going to absorb more and more heat, and it's going to make it even warmer. So let me just go to the high-resolution satellite, and then we'll wrap up this weather update. I'm just curious as to what that big anomaly is over there. If there's a fire or something over there. I don't see any fire over here. So over the southwest, I don't know what that was. But I do see some smoke over here. What looks like smoke. Now, this is our area, so doesn't look that bad on the satellite actually. The air, well, it's ozone and carbon monoxide, and those are odorless and colorless in a lot of ways. So they're not really going to show up too well on the satellite. But that's going to wrap up this weather update. So the heat continues, but I think there'll be more of a sea breeze tomorrow. But of course, the areas that are going to benefit most from that are going to be the South Shore and eastern Suffolk County. Friday's still going to be pretty brutal. It's not going to be a nice day to take a walk around here, that's for sure. But maybe it will if you're in Patchogue or Sayville or Oakdale or maybe even Wantar. But that's going to be it for this update. Take care. Thanks for watching.